Well, howdy folks, welcome to Mower Mike's. Today we've got a little different type of video for you because I've got this hot water heater and every time I have a guest stay in my back house, it just reeks. This thing has been sitting back here for about 15 years and when you turn on the hot water faucets, you get this nasty black stuff coming out, you get chunks of brown stuff settling in there, it smells like sulfur, it is just god-awful. So what we're doing today is I'm going to show you how to flush out your hot water heater. And this is not going to be your normal flushing hot water YouTube video because we're going to use several different methods of escalating violence perpetrated against this hot water heater. Yeah, we're using big words today. So we're going to start with just a flush, just flushing water through it. Then we're going to try something called the Sediment Buster, which uses compressed air to really plunge up in there and really loosen things up. And then I'm going to take 8 gallons of muriatic acid, let it sit in the hot water heater overnight, and then flush it out. Now, this could be one of the dumbest or one of the smartest videos I have ever done. I do not know. Just to clarify, I am not a plumber. I have talked to a few plumbers, though, certified and uncertified, about my ideas. They all say the muriatic acid thing is not too smart. But hey, we're going to find out. So before we start anything, make sure to cut the heat source off. If you have an electric hot water heater, go ahead and hit the switches, the fuse box. Turn off the fuses. If you have a gas hot water heater, turn off the gas, let it cool down a little bit. All right, so our first attempt at cleaning the hot water heater is just going to be the simple flush method before we get to the tools and all the acid. This is what most of you are probably going to do. Now, in order to do this, most hot water heaters, any hot water heater is going to have a valve at the bottom that you can hook up a water hose to. Most of them take a little flathead screwdriver. You can loosen them and it allows it to drain. Now, when you drain it, typically you don't want to let it flush for like 30 minutes to get all the gunk out of there. And now when you open this drain, a lot of times you're only going to get a few gallons of water out because of the law of suction, which screwed me up several times doing this. So in order to offset that suction, you need to open up the hot water faucet inside the house to relieve that. And once you do that, it'll just keep flowing forever. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and open it up, and we're going to let it run for about 30 minutes. And then we're going to look at my specialty Igloo Cooler filter situation to see how much crap comes out of it. So again, all you do is you screw it, undo it, and there's just a lot of black goo coming out of this thing. So we're going to let this run for a while. We're going to see what comes out of it, and then we're going to play with this tool here. So stay with me. Like, see, folks, we're getting a good flow. And boy, that water is nasty. Look at that. It's almost like a black goo in there. So the flush method does seem like it is working. We're going to keep her flowing for a few more minutes here. All right, I've done a few rounds of flushing out the water heater. So let's see what we have caught. And oh my gosh, look at this. That is insane. All of this just came out of that hot water heater. It looks like somebody put a load of gravel in here. That is just wild. So you can see right here, the flush method has been very, very effective in getting whatever this black stuff is out of the hot water heater. You definitely don't want that on your skin. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to go ahead and clean out my catch pan here, and we're going to rig up the Sediment Blaster and see if this is able to get some additional crap out of our hot water heater. All right, gang, so the next trick we've got to clean this old girl out is something called the Sediment Blaster. This was suggested to me by my non-licensed plumber buddy who said they use this on plumbing jobs all the time. It's the same concept as what we just did, but we're adding compressed air, which is a very, very powerful tool. I can see it's got a drain and an on and off switch right here, but also it's got a little spigot right there. That's where you hook your compressed air to give it a little shot. So what we're gonna do, now we've got everything on. You can do it two ways. You can either keep the water flowing from the top or you can turn it off and drain it. This way you keep water flowing through there. I've just got the water still on and we're just gonna give it a blast. So the first thing you do is you open up your tank valve. See right there, we've got a little water flowing through there. And then open this up, just like before. But the big trick here is that we can start shooting some air up in there. Whoa! I can see when you shoot air in this thing, it supercharges it. Wow! We're shooting stuff everywhere. So we're just gonna keep giving it blasts of air. I did not expect this. This is actually really dang cool. So we're just gonna keep blasting it. Look at that, and it gives it a little extra. We're definitely getting more stuff out of there. There's a lot of pressure hooking on there. Let's go ahead and hit it again there, folks. Wow. I'm shooting about 120 PSI in here with my garage. Look at that. All right. Come on, we're keeping some pressure on her now. I can see right here. You can really see it flowing in there. All that. Look at that. This thing is so freaking cool. We're really hitting it now. All right, we're going to give this a few rounds and see how she does and come back. Whoa. All right, let's get down to my little experiment and see how the Sediment Blaster did versus the Natural Douche. All right, flush, excuse me. All right, as you can see here, look at that. This is not as much sediment as I expected. I kind of expected a little more sediment with the Sediment Blaster. You can see it did get out some more stuff, you know, but really compared to that last bucket full just with the natural flush, I'm really not that impressed. So, I don't know, the Sediment Blaster does make a mess and it is fun, but how much better it is than just naturally flushing it, I don't know. I don't see it. So with that, let's go ahead and stop being safe and let's get a little weird with some acid and do something dangerous. Stay with me. All right, enough with the boring safe stuff. Who wants to have some fun with some acid? Well, this guy does right here. I just want to clarify, this next procedure is something I just dreamed up. It is not on the YouTube. It is not any plumber's advice. It's just something I thought up after watching other YouTube videos. And you're thinking, why muriatic acid? Well, muriatic acid is the strongest descaler out there. I watched something on TF Farms where he's getting rust off bolts, and this stuff killed all the other high-dollar descalers. I mean, it is so freaking strong. And also the price. I went on Amazon, and I got 4 packs of gallons of muriatic acid for like 60 bucks. So $60 you can get 4 gallons of it, which is actually much cheaper than those high-dollar descalers you can get. So we're going to give it a shot. Now, the tricky part with muriatic acid is this is highly dangerous. If you inhale it, it can tear up your insides. It does not cure COVID like Mr. Trump said. Also, it is very, very bad to touch. It'll peel off your skin. All sorts of bad stuff are going to happen. So as you can see, we're going to use an extensive amount of protective gear. All this stuff I got on Amazon. I got a respirator. We're going to come out with a full chem suit to fill this thing up. So another safety precaution, which my mother-in-law told me, is do not mix muriatic acid with something like vinegar, because it will create chlorine gas. It can kill you. So don't do that. If you're going to use this acid, go all out. Just use acid. My plumber, certified plumber, did give me this idea, said to use vinegar in the hot water heater. So if you don't want to go crazy like this, you can get vinegar even cheaper and do that. Just don't mix the two. Now, I've got 8 gallons of muriatic acid. This is a 40-gallon hot water heater. So if I mix, let's say 32 gallons of water with 8 gallons of this, you get about 20% dilution ratio, which is pretty high. A lot of people only use 10% dilution to descale, but hey, we're going all out. I got the 2 4-packs here, and we're going to fill her up. So now this is much different than the flush, because we're going to have to turn the water supply off to the hot water heater, disconnect the fill, and then fill it up. So we're going to go to the top of the hot water heater. I'm going to show you the disconnect. Now, some of you may not have a disconnect, like a valve on top of your hot water heater, which means you'll have to turn off the water to the house. But let's zoom in. We're going to unhook it and start filling her up. So stay with me. All right, what we need to do now is unhook the cold fill line to the hot water heater. That way we can put a funnel right here and manually fill whatever cleaning solution you've got. I can see right here, I've got a ball valve right here that will turn the water off to the fill. And this is going to relieve the pressure. Now, you're not all going to have one of those, so you may have to turn off the main water supply. Now, right here, you can see it's just a little connector. This is 1 1/8 inches on mine, so let's see if we can just slowly, work it off and see what a mess this is going to make. Make sure to get some of the wife's kitchen towels over here and try to protect yourself. Now you're gonna see there's a red and then a blue on here, so you can double check that you are disconnecting the fill. Hopefully it's off so I don't make too big of a mess. All right, look at that. All right, so we're gonna unhook this, and these are little copper things, so when you unhook it, go ahead and pull it across. All right, and so next I'm gonna go ahead and take a funnel and make sure we have the correct amount of water in here, because you want to always add muriatic acid to the water. You don't want to just put straight muriatic acid in there first and add water to that, because you might have a bad situation on your hand. So we're gonna go ahead, and this is a 40-gallon tank. Get that out of the way. So I'm gonna go ahead and drain out about 10 gallons. I'm gonna just use 5-gallon buckets at the bottom. We're gonna drain out 10 gallons. That'll leave us about 30 gallons. So that way I know for the exact amount I need to add the acid in here, because I have 8 gallons of acid. So we're gonna go ahead and skip to that. Next shot, you're gonna see me all Kim suited up and pouring acid into the tank. Stay with me. Okay, so in this scene, I am filling up the hot water heater full of pure muriatic acid. Now, I originally did this scene as a joke. I bought all this ridiculous Kim suit, the respirator, the booties, the gloves off Amazon as a joke, because I thought it'd be funny. But as soon as I started filling this, there was additional pressure within that hot water heater because it did not have enough venting, and I was splashing acid all over my suit. So this is highly, highly dangerous and stupid. But if you're dumb enough to do this, please make sure to get all the safety gear. And as you're going to see in the next scene, not only did this acid splash all over me, but also got over my floor, and it destroyed my garage floor. So, I don't know, strap in. If you want to see something stupid, keep watching. All right, there is the hot water heater marinating with its 8 gallons of muriatic acid in it. I've got my fingers crossed that the bottom end of this thing doesn't blow out, because that is some tough stuff. Now, just to show you how serious of an acid this stuff is that you're messing with, look at that. That's my garage floor. That was a very smooth surface like that, and then that acid dripped on there, and it actually roughed it up. It ate away parts of the garage floor. So just be careful. Always make sure you have some water around to dilute it. And then I'm gonna put some baking soda on this just to help add a base to it to neutralize that acid, because I'm worried that that acid is just gonna eat away my garage floor here. So I'm just gonna sprinkle some of that on there. And when you do that, that baking soda is a very strong base, and it neutralizes the acid. I can see right there, there is some sort of chemical reaction happening. I will let Dr. Bob tell me what is going on here. So, all right, well, I'm gonna get the drain ready, because I don't know how long this puppy's gonna hold up, so stay with me. All right, the old girl's been sitting for about an hour full of acid. I'm sure she's got lots of belly issues right now, and I don't want to let it go any further than an hour, because I'm afraid that acid in there right now is just eating away at the wall of this hot water heater, and I don't want her to blow her back end out just because of all this acid. So we're going to go ahead and drain it, and I think this is going to be one of the most dangerous parts. So I'm going to get fully Kim suited up in case I get any acid blowing in my face, because we got way more acid on us than I planned on the fill-up side. And we'll see what comes out of it. Hell, it might be clear, it might be full of gunk. I don't know, but we're going to find out. Stay with me. Okay, I got all suited up, expected something exciting to happen. The only thing that seems to be happening is that the acid is eating through my cooler, so I'm putting down some baking soda down here so it doesn't eat through my freaking garage floor. But I'm not really seeing any chunks coming out, so we're going to let it drain and see if there's anything on the bottom of this tub, and then we're just going to blast some more water through it and clean the junk out of it. Well, I'm not giggling anymore, folks. I warned you at the beginning of this video, this could be one of the dumbest videos I ever made, and this is definitely one of my dumbest ideas I have ever done. I'm looking in this bucket. I don't have a single piece of scale that came out with that acid wash from the inside. It did not clean a damn thing. It's just like clear water. So obviously this is not working, and I'm a little pissed because, you know, I spent $130 on acid. I spent 50 bucks on this get up, 50 bucks on a respirator, spilled crap everywhere. I've got a headache. This whole thing's full of fumes. I probably just killed 20 square feet of my yards. I'm just draining acid all over it. So folks, don't do it. Obviously, the best bet is just flush it with a water hose, open up the hot water side, open your faucet, just force a bunch of water through there for like 30 minutes. It'll get all the crap out of there. But I do want to tell you the anoid is anoid. I can't say that word. Essentially a metal rod that goes into here that collects all the debris, it collects all the crud in the galvanization or whatever fancy words there are. That does need to be replaced every 5 years. I'm going to do a separate video on it. I took a peek at this one. It looks disgusting. So I'd suggest go ahead and flush it, pull the anoid out, and replace it, and you're good to go. It's really not that hard. So I'm going to go ahead and clean up this mess. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I prevented some of y'all from buying 8 gallons of muriatic acid on Amazon, because don't do it. So with that, Mower Mike's out. I'm going to try to do some mower videos and stick to my lane, Mike. Catch y'all later.